Chicken Jockey! Yeah!
Some people loved the Minecraft movie, and some people hated it. Not to say that either one of them is right or wrong, but that there's a lot to take into account. The main thing many people are complaining about is the fact that they chose to make it live action rather than animating it like the Minecraft trailers for updates. You remember those dudes who made Villager News? They work for Mojang now, so why didn't they just make the movie for them? Obviously, that would have been a lot of work, but it would have been so much better, and it's already been in the works for almost a decade. It would have been so worth it, and it would have been finished on time if they had thought this through from the very beginning. Yes, the live action is very controversial. Yes, it's a big change to adjust to. No, it is not the end of the world. Yes, you can sit through it and enjoy it regardless of how it looks. It ended up, in my opinion, being very enjoyable. I was entertained the entire time. I thought it was fun, it was lighthearted, mostly because they weren't trying to make it serious. It was meant to be a light comedy, but still action-packed, fun little thing for fans who like the game. And yet people expected them to deliver this huge, big thing that they just is just not necessary. It's a Minecraft movie. You need to lay off and just fucking relax. Let's watch the movie. It was never meant to live up to all the hype. It was supposed to just be this fun movie, and it's for kids. So it's got a great message. That's the point of the movie, is to be creative, just be yourself is the whole point. And that's exactly what the creators of the movie did, is show how they thought it should go and their vision through the art. So no, it is not animated, it is not perfect, but that's what makes it more appealing and more interesting. If it was animated, there wouldn't be so much complaining and memes, and without the memes, you would not be interested in seeing that movie. Let's be real. Nobody would go see that movie if it were not for the videos and the TikToks and everything, all the jokes. The Chicken Jockey carried the movie so that people would actually go and see it. It's the same effect that Sonic had with his disgusting first appearance, first design, that actually drew in more of an audience than it would have had they just originally gone with a good design. Another thing I didn't like was that they tried to explain every little thing for the parents whose little kid dragged them into the theater to watch this movie about this game. They have no clue what it is. So Jack Black, third of his lines are just explaining what things are and what they do, their functions. It's very hard to watch when he's announcing everything like it's some new thing that we've never seen before. Wow, they literally skipped over the gun and the buck chuckets, just passing them off as another item that already existed. So because they tried to make a movie that everyone could watch and understand, they ended up making a movie that nobody could watch. Something I think they did very good, however, was the pacing. They didn't try to stretch it out, make it as long as possible. They kept it short and simple, just an hour 45 minutes, not too long, because there's really not much story to tell with the plot they went for. They kept the Ender Dragon in the end, everything, as something to keep for a sequel, and they just wanted to use this one to set up the world for whatever they want to play with in the future. And yet with such little story to go off of, because they're removing the whole story of the actual game and creating a whole new one, they still were able to flesh it out and make a whole movie out of this very small plot, really. And it did seem paced very well. They put it together nicely, and there were not much filler, really. It was every scene was important. They didn't try to just do no nonsense or anything. On top of this, I also liked the props were very well made. They seemed very realistic and fit in with the world very well. The mobs actually did blend in. They didn't seem too out of the ordinary. They didn't stand out. They were pretty nicely created, even though, it's a very hard transition through this blocky, solid texture to like a real-life, fuzzy animal. And yet they were able to do it pretty well. I thought that was pretty impressive. So taking everything into account, all in all, is it good? Not necessarily. Is it bad? Also no. Is it worth the money? Yeah, it was definitely a great time. It was a good experience, especially going with people you love and, spending time with them, watching something that you grew up on. It's a great experience. I think it's totally worth it. It was a good movie. It was a not bad movie. Definitely good enough.